Hi everyone, my name is Maddie Getman, and I am a Master's of Nutrition Education student at Framingham State University. Today we will be discussing eating habits now that both school and sports are in full swing, and of course, how to fuel for victory. We need to make sure we are fueling our bodies adequately, not only to support our daily needs, but also to help us succeed in our athletic abilities. Each athlete is going to have different needs, so it is important that we cater our nutrition to our own individual bodies. But how do I know if I'm eating enough? First, we'll talk about what happens to the body when an athlete is not eating adequately. When an athlete is taking part in physical activity and their energy needs are not being met, they can begin to see signs and symptoms of relative energy deficiency in sport, otherwise known as REDS. REDS can occur in both males and females at any age and in any level or type of sport. A professional soccer player and a recreational gym goer can both experience REDS. Symptoms of REDS can vary from person to person, but the main red flags are decreased energy or increased fatigue, decreased performance and strength, persistent injuries, GI upset, interrupted sleep, decreased coordination, rapid weight loss, and a loss of menstrual cycle in females. So all of these symptoms, if left untreated, can have long-term negative health effects that athletes need to be aware of. So these long-term health effects can eventually cause the athlete to be taken out of their sport if left untreated, so we really want to make sure that we get on top of that. So these health effects can include, but are not limited to, bone loss leading to osteoporosis, infertility, long-term heart damage from chronic low heart rate, depression and anxiety, impaired immune system, and more. So who is at risk for developing REDS? There are several sports that have a higher chance of their athletes developing REDS than others. These include sports that associate athletic success with a smaller body, such as figure skating, gymnastics, diving, and dancing. Sports with frequent weigh-ins or needing to cut weight also are at risk, so these sports can include rowing and wrestling. Also, endurance athletes, such as long-distance runners, cyclists, and triathletes that have high mileage from week to week, have a high energy expenditure, and if they are not meeting their energy needs by fueling properly, they can be at risk as well. Of course, if any athlete can develop REDS, team culture of a sport can also play a large role. If a teammate or coach begins body shaming another athlete or pushing the winning at all costs mindset, the athlete may be more likely to underfuel and overexercise, ignoring their body's natural signals, and can lead to some long-term damage. But how do I know if I'm eating enough? Well, your body is going to be the best judge. If you find yourself constantly thinking about food, having a growling stomach, low energy levels, difficulty concentrating, you may be in need of some more fuel. Using your hand as a guide can be a great tool. You want to ensure that you are including all components of a meal on your plate. So this is going to include carbohydrates, protein, fat, and some color. Your thumb is going to be approximately 1 portion of fat. The size of 1 cupped hand is approximately 1 portion of fruit and veg. The size of 1 fist is approximately 1 portion of grains or starches, and the size of 1 palm is approximately 1 portion of protein. So you can use your hand as a guide when building your plate to ensure that you are getting adequate amounts. But of course, if you are still hungry after you finish your plate, there is absolutely no shame in going back for more. You know your body best after all. If you are experiencing any of these signs and symptoms, it is important to reach out to your medical provider. Guidance from a registered dietitian can be a great addition to your team to teach you not only how to win at life, but win on the field as well. So thank you all for listening, and stay tuned for some more nutrition education topics in the future.